Cortes, and I'm a critic, and eh, we're talking about eh, eh, give me a second. And we're talking about the Los Angeles Rams in today's draft picks. As you can see, I just got myself an actual authentic Los Angeles Rams hat, and they got a lot of picks. Let's go. So the Los Angeles Rams surprised us with Puka Nacua, wide receiver out of BYU. Surprises all. We're all excited. What can they do now? Aaron Donald retired, and that is a devastating blow since he has been the face of defensive players in the NFL for over a decade. He has been a dominant force. He finally got his ring, so bless him. And I feel like him retiring felt like, he's retiring not when he's struggling, not when he's just fighting. He has nothing more to prove. We all know he's a Hall of Famer. We all know he's a legacy player. We all know that he is a dominant force. They'll rival the ranks of Lawrence Taylor and Derek Thomas of defensive players, Warren Sapp, Jason Taylor of the day. We all know his legacy will be cemented. So the question I think everyone was asking more, what are the Rams going to do? And I felt like a lot of it was thinking they need to address literally the absence of Aaron Donald. We all know the offense seems to be pretty set. We need to address the defense. And we have to literally address with a Hall of Famer. That's going to be fun to do. And I think they did it in the most are you kidding me way possible. So, with the 19th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Jared Verse, defensive end, Florida State. Is anyone surprised he went this low? I'm surprised he went this low. I thought honestly he was a top 15 pick. But we all know that the first 12 picks were all offense, and that pretty much almost guaranteed that he was not going to be. I mean, he probably could have gone lower. But when the Rams saw him there, a defensive force presence, something that I feel like they really miss, or they were going to miss because of Aaron Donald's retirement. I feel like, yes, he's not the defensive tackle, but he's still a pass rushing machine. Yes, get him now. Get him now. So, but the Rams running a 3-4 defense. I'm a little bothered by that. I feel like Jared Verse probably fits better in a 4-3, but I could be mistaken. I mean, I never thought Khalil Mack and Michael Parsons would be as great as they were in second quarter when they were both technically linebackers in today's NFL. So they're basically just, dominant demon edge rushers now. So, but never thought they would be that great. But Jared Verse coming into the Rams just seemed like perfect, which means definitely the NFL is scripted. And the team is Los Angeles, not that far from Hollywood. So, the Hollywood story is that we lose a Hall of Famer, we lose a great 10-year vet. Don't worry, we got this other guy who is just as dominant on the defensive line. But we're not going to say he's the next Aaron Donald right now, no. But we're going to say that at least it's not. At least you cannot. No one ever thought Jared Verse was not a first-round pick. So Jared Verse being picked up just screams, are you kidding me with this? They got another good one? And it didn't stop there. Because then in the second round, late in the second round, with the 39th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles doubled down and selected Brendan Fisk, defensive tackle, Florida State. He got his teammate! They got literally half of the Florida State defensive line that was so formidable this year, got shafted by the College Football Committee. I don't care what you said. They did. I understand schematics, I understand ratings, I understand money, but come on. Jared and Brendan are now the same team. You got half of the Florida State defense. The one that carried them when their quarterback situation was literally question marks. And you got it on the Rams. Talk about overcompensating the right way to address the absence of Aaron Donald. And I'm just sitting there going, why did you let this happen? Now, as a Ram fan, you're thinking, oh my God, it happened. How can you guys be so stupid? You let us get two. Now, I recommend those who watch Brendan's 40 time watch that and just be like, yeah, that guy's a defensive tackle, and he's joining the Rams with Jared Verse. Teammates, chemistry. We are so screwed, says everybody in the NFC West. That to me just feels that the Rams are addressing Aaron Donald, and I feel like they came in and not just got home runs, they got grand slams on both these picks. And it's amazing how it just felt like we let it happen. Screw. This could be literally the dynamic duo for the next 10 years for the Rams. This could be the start of a dominant Rams defense for over a decade because of these two guys. Now, granted, we all know it takes time, development, but I'm just saying, if these two become, the dynamic threat of the defense world of football in the NFL, we let it happen, guys. We let it happen. Of course, they both get now stickers, in case it wasn't obvious with the pictures and everything. Of course, they both get now stickers. Then we go to the third round, late in the third round, with the 83rd selection in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Los Angeles Rams select Blake Crum, running back, Michigan. If you do not like this guy, you must at least tell me you are an Ohio State fan. Blake's story is so inspiring, it's so heartwarming, it's so Hollywood that it fits too perfect for him to go to Los Angeles of all places. Now, it would have been fun if he went to Michigan, but Michigan or Detroit, he already had. Sorry, if we went to Detroit from Michigan to play for the Lions, would have been much more like, aw, but they said, nope, we're going to take him to Los Angeles. Now, Blake was criticized like any player of the NFL status and draft. Height. Can he handle the NFL? Can he handle this? Can he handle that? It's because, it's not about what's on the outside, about what's in the inside. Yes. So, Kyren Williams is projected as starter, but Blake is viewed as the fan favorite. Now, I'm not saying he's going to come in and have 1,000 yards rushing season, but Blake's tenacity. Blake reminds me a little bit of Austin Eckler, and if he plays similar to Austin Eckler in his first year, Blake might be a starter by week 6. Like, he'll be the first running back out the gate when they do those, NFL, CBS, Fox promos. You'll see his name on that list. And because of Matthew Stafford's injury, his age, his legacy, this could be an opportunity for the running game to get more effective. This just feels really good. And hopefully it's not just a ploy, not just like, hey, we need people in the seats. You're not the Chargers. Okay, that was a dick move, I admit. But this just feels that, okay, you got a proven winner. You got a proven winner on your team. He has leadership qualities. He reminds me of Vaughn, the Kansas City State running back that got drafted by the Cowboys last year. I had that same vibe where he plays bigger than his size, and that's something I feel like we all can inspire, because we're all not 6'3", and we're all not Chris Hemsworth or any of the Hemsworth. That got dark. Anyway, so still in the third round, and with the 99th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams selected Cameron Kinchens, safety, University of Miami. Looking at the Rams defensive side, he's viewed as a backup to Russ Yeast, the free safety. So definitely going to be screaming rotational player. I'm going to put him as a later. Did I put him as a later? No, I put him as a now. Sorry, wrong notes. So we'll see what he can do early on. Rotation players always get playing time. He'll probably contribute in special teams right away. Like I said, the Rams 3-4 defense, I'm still a little bit like, okay, 3-4 defense makes sense. I mean, they got Tre'Davious White in the cornerback, so they're looking to solidify their defensive side as much effectively as possible. And adding Kitchens in from the University of Miami just probably screams more depth. Like I said, he's behind Yeast, so I'm going to give him a now for rotational purposes, especially when you're going to the conference. It's going to have the 49ers and their brand new receivers. Marvin Harrison is now there. And of course, Seattle is still going to be around with Font and DK Metcalf and Locke. So more defensive back help means more coverage against those dynamic receiving threats. So definitely help support. Then the Rams took a break, and then in the 5th round, they made another pick. With a 154th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams selected Brennan Jackson, edge, Washington State. I like this pick. I like this pick a lot, and I feel like this is just another potential steal in the pass rushing department for him. Now, he's a defensive end slash edge. Let me see where they have him. Let's see where they have him in. Jackson. Looks like they have Jackson behind Byron Young in the weak side. So definitely going to be getting rotation for fresh legs pass rushers, which is always pleasant, especially in the NFC West with all those aerial assaults. His probably job is to help contribute in the sack department. So we got Jared Verse, Brennan Fisk, and Brennan Jackson. So Verse, Fisk, Jackson. That sounds like a boy band group back in the 80s. So we might be looking at the new defensive threat of the NFC with this. I feel like every one of these players are contributing heavily, especially even if it's not considered starters. Rotation players and pass rush on 3rd and long situation just seems smart and appropriate for this team. So this, to me, this could be a steal. Jackson could be that unsung hero who gets like 6-7 sacks, and people are like, wow, he has 7 sacks this year. I'm like, yeah, I never really. No, I've been focusing on Jared Verse and Brendan Fisk. I've been focusing on everyone else, but this guy could come in and get 7 sacks and just get 7 sacks, and then just hang back into the corner. But he's a now rotation edge rusher, definitely. Then in the 6th round, with the 196th selection in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams selected Tyler Davis, defensive tackle, Clemson. Now, another now. I'm giving Davis another now. Davis is currently viewed as the backup to Brendan Fisk, so a rookie to back up a rookie. With that, just feels obvious as he's going to get rotation. They're going to develop them. They're going to get some schemes in, and we'll see how they develop, and we'll see how much they contribute. I believe that Brendan has more of the speed, while Davis might have more of the physical strength to grab grabs and cause commotion inside the lane when it comes to running backs. Maybe have some moments of burst, especially if Jared Verse is pressuring the quarterback on the side. He might get sacks based on, oh, he came to me, sack. Those are the best kind of sacks. Sometimes it makes you feel like you're lazy, but if you have a teammate that's causing havoc, and to the point that the quarterback will have to move to your side and go, hey, you came to me. Oh, room service, sack. Those are the best kind of sacks. But it does make it sound like we're lazy. That's kind of hurtful to think. But I feel like rotation with rookies to rookies. The Rams feel like they have 4 players that they're probably one of their big objective is to go after the quarterback. So if you're telling me that one Aaron Donald is worth 4 potential starters or major contributors next year, I think the Rams, got it right. They got it right with just those 4 players, and I feel like every one of them contribute not just as a one-dimensional. He's good at sacking the quarterbacks, but he sucked at stopping the run. Or he's good at stopping the run, but he will never get after the quarterback. He's too easily manhandled by the tight end and the running backs. Now, every one of these gentlemen have offered something that will make the Rams very difficult to defend, even against the great Trent Williams of San Francisco. Then, still in the 6th round, with a 209th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams selected Joshua Carty, kicker, Stanford. As I said before, if you are a punter and you are a kicker and you get drafted, congratulations, you made the 53-man roster by default, because we all know that they don't need 2 kickers or 2 punters. They get 1 and then it's done. So, congratulations to Joshua Carty. Unless you really put a Roberto Aguayo here, you got the kicking job for the Rams, and the Rams got their kicker. Now, of course, there might be some competition in preseason, but that's common. But probably by the end of it, he will be more than likely your starter, unless, like I said, he pulled a Roberto Aguayo, and then we're thinking, oh my God. But now I don't wish that on any kicker, even kickers that I just hate because they keep making 60-yard kick. Justin Tucker. So, God bless. Then, few picks later, I mean, the Rams got 209, 213, 217, so they got picks roughly right next to each other. They didn't have much time to think. So, with a 213th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams selected Jordan Whittington, wide receiver, Texas. I'm honestly, I mean, they run a 3 receiver set. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Demarcus Robinson are viewed as your starter. They got Tyler Johnson, which if this is the same Tyler Johnson from Minnesota. Let me double check that notes here quickly. Yeah, Tyler Johnson, who was part of the Buccaneers Super Bowl run his rookie season. He made that great catch in the NFC divisional run against the Saints, which, say what you want to say, he got a ring in rookie season, so maybe his career is not completely amiss, even though he has been on multiple teams since that, and we cut him. I feel bad about cutting him now, but I'm not the GM for that decision. That Jordan Whittington, which I feel like the Texas receiving core got a. I think the Texas receiving core is that and Washington probably the top receiving core. Because I feel like everyone, even the slot receiver, third stringers, backups, tight ends, all that, if they can catch a ball on Texas and Washington, I feel like every one of them basically got drafted. If they're eligible to be drafted, of course, they're junior or senior. They got drafted to teams, and I feel like they'll make an impact. The Rams have Coop and Puka, Demarcus Robinson. I get that, but I just feel like this guy is clearly another now. He's another now for the team. He's definitely going to make an impact day one. So, sorry, I changed my notes here. There we go. So this guy's going to be a contributing factor definitely to the Rams. He might eventually dethrone Demarcus Robinson and become the third receiver on that roster. He's currently viewed as the backup to Puka Nacua, but I feel like that's more of just a depth chart perception. We'll see what he does in preseason. But keep an eye on him because I feel like he's another receiver they picked late. And we all know how great Puka did in his first year being picked late. But I feel like Jordan Whittington will make an impact very early. Then 4 picks later with a 217th selection, still in the 6th round of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams selected Benix Limmer, center, Arkansas. BX? BX? Limmer? Is that how I pronounce it? Limmer? He's viewed as he's a center, and he's viewed as the backup to Steve Alvia. So he's definitely going to get, in my humblest opinion, he'll get that later sticker. Now, I've always said about centers is that sometimes they have like the ability to potentially play offensive lineman, interior guard, so maybe it could be valuable. But there's no other center behind Steve Alvia, so this just feels like it's going to be the backup position, develop into position, and we'll see, if he can be utilized in the offensive lineman part. But the offensive lineman side of the guards are 3-man full, left and right. So for all I know, that he's viewed as you're the backup center, and that's basically what you'll be developing, and then we'll see down the line. So he gets a later, he may get some playing time, but I feel like I very rarely see centers get hurt as often as offensive tackles and guards. Let me know if maybe I'm not looking at that. But I always feel like when centers get hurt, it's like, oh my God, our centers get hurt. But not the same way where it feels like our left tackle, or not, maybe left tackle first, but like our right guard got hurt. Oh no, our right guard got hurt. Anyway, our center got hurt. Oh God, the snap count, the calling the defensive schemes, all that now becomes a problem. So this limiter is definitely meant to probably be developed into a player later. Maybe he'll ride the bench this year at all, but he's definitely there to develop for the future. And speaking of offensive linemen, with their last pick in the 7th round with the 254th selection, the Los Angeles Rams select XT Leveston. Leaveston? Offensive guard, Kansas State. Wow, okay, that was fun. And like I said about the offensive lineman, this is a guard, and he's viewed as a guard, and he'll be viewed as a third stringer behind Mike McAllister and Joanna Jackson. So definitely meant for development, definitely meant for depth, but could also be a casualty because he is a late round pick in a position that seems already full on paper, that he could potentially be that he might find success elsewhere. but because of offensive lineman injury, he could get some playing time as early as potentially maybe week 10 if injuries happen, and of course chemistry development becomes a problem. But as of right now, as on paper speaks, I'm feeling that he might ride the bench and his future may be elsewhere after this rookie season. We'll see how much he contributes in preseason. Maybe he surprises people and gets as close as the backup position when the regular season starts and that 53-man roster. There's always that possibility, and I feel like that will be his way in. So that's the Los Angeles Rams. Where do I have them? Let me be frank here. Initially, I had them at better. But reviewing these players and reviewing what they have, with Travarius White being picked up by them, the pickup of Jared Verse and Brendan Fisk, and even the other two defensive linemen to help, Davis and Jackson. I'm giving the Rams from better to contenders. If this defensive front with these four men can cause, 55%, 60% of the pressure, or hell, even 45% of the pressures of the entire Rams with these four gentlemen, that's going to be, we feel confident that Matthew Stafford and the receiving corps, especially with a healthy Cooper and Puka, and then, with the addition of Robinson, Jordan Whittington, Tyler Johnson, still supporting him, and of course, Tyler Higbee, still reliable tight end, that I just feel like this Rams team feels primed to compete. They may even win the West. I'm just saying, that's how much I'm loving this defense. The Rams could dethrone the Niners as NFC West Division champs. Mark it down that a lunatic on YouTube said that. So Rams are contenders, and they may threaten the Niners, if not beat the Niners, to win the division. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So enough crazy talk. Let's talk about things that's more sane than insane. So, continuing our NFC West deep dive, we're going to talk about the Seattle Seahawks and see, well, if the Niners and the Rams are getting better, what did you do, Seattle? In Seattle. So until next time, I'm Cortez, and I'm a critic. Thank you very much for watching.